However, Dynamics, I mean, they've been rewarded, right? We ironically R1 through R3, Ezreal, Yuumi, and
Kuzan. Kuzan was 2 years on Jin, and Mickey played on Rebels Anarchy, actually, before they even turned into a freaking freak. There's the flash. Beyond is going to get taken down very low, but the follow flash is there from Mickey, but he is going to go into his bubble as Kuzan picks up exactly what he wants to there, but does gather himself a flash as well. There's the Ignite, puts that one down, there's the flash forward, and Rich fails the flash, as now the top laners are wandering after one another, and Ixu is not going to enter that brush. So,
it is a series of unfortunate events.
100%.
Oh, can Volibear get the E?
As there is the cleanse out.
I mean, he did manage to get that combo off right there. When you're playing Aatrox versus Volibear in this matchup, you never want to use...
Ixu's dead, guys.
Yep, he's dead.
That's just how that one's going to go. And also has it, because he's still extremely kiteable. So I'm not going to be able to talk about it. Mickey is going to get exhausted here as Kuzan finds the bubble. And there is no cleanse, remember, that is so much damage.
Oh!
Not going to quite pick up the kill, though.
It's going to be an insufferable breakpoint to try to fight back against, and that'll be soul point. So, this is really where the game's decided here. Taking away.
Is going to go golden as Ixu, about half health at the moment, but just popped by the Zoe. Meanwhile, Aphelios has been taken down, and that means that there is a chance here for Solo on a fantastic dredge line as Flawless limps away from this fight, but Hybrid's not going to be so lucky.
Towards Rich on the Prestige Edition Aatrox is going to be clearing out some of the wards here.
Yep. Also spots Flawless, who will take a paddle star for his trouble. Beyond down to half health. Not with too much recovery available from this particular composition. There's Ixu on the flank, but Kuzan's going to be here. It's a good knocker. Blast Cone can be utilized, but it's not going to work. Kuzan just pops him, and I have no idea what Ixu was trying to do there. But dying probably wasn't it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's a great hook from Goober as well. As Flawless going to go down very, very low. Has to get himself out of there. The Ignite's still Rich's flashes on over. Secret now jumps onto Hybrid. This guy is the one that needs to win them the game as the final chapter comes in. Fair bit of damage onto Rich, but he is safe for the moment.
Not totally sure what's going to end up happening. You have Aatrox looking like he's coming in here for a flame. And
Trouble Bubble comes down as Mickey takes a while to get home there as Hybrid's down to about 0 health. And in goes the Olaf. Hybrid just dies as an afterthought there to Rich as Moonlight Vigil would have tagged him if he had have stayed alive, but over the wall goes the Aatrox, and this is why we talk about Rich as one of our better Aatrox players, you know? Or maybe they pick a champion that does well in Aatrox. I'm not really sure.
Volibear ulted!
Comes on in there, yeah, exactly right. It's going to do a fair bit of work, but flashes out, and is going to die. 200 years, take that one, my friend. That is going to be a dead Aphelios, so that must have felt cathartic, but a double kill in for the J4 is not going to change the result of this game, as Dynamics at 27 minutes will be likely on the dot, unless they do just back away.
Not really going to find anything.
Yeah, Dredgeline doesn't find the mark, but just looking to hold on to some of these minions. Knockdown has exactly the weapons that he wants to try and do battle safety. And yeah, the open Nexus situation is going to force this engage as Cataclysm comes down. You've got the ulti out of Ixu, but they're just too far behind. They had to make a last-ditch effort. It was going to not work, but they still had to do it. I'm glad they did as the Nexus falls down. Dynamics walk away very fast. 29-minute game. And Kuzan casually doing the most damage in the game.
Welcome back to 2020 LCK Summer Split. Week number 2, the first match to start off the second week of LCK. We'll be joined by Victory and Lyra for today's analyst desk. That was a really cool segment, the LCK Mad movie. And, well, we are back after Dynamics versus Horewan Prince Game 1. How was their draft? We can see that Dynamics, they do have their preferring picks, and also at the same time they were able to get a very strong early game pick, Zoe. So they both have a carry potential and also a very sustained full tank front line. But Horewan and Prince, their comp was really hard to kind of pull off. They were looking for LeBlanc and J4 combo. So with Volibear, with a very strong ability in the top side, they tried to make a lot of play around the top side, but Well, we want to say that the proficiency of champions and the top laners was the main factor that decided the result of this game. I mean, everyone knows that Rich is the Aatrox god, but Volibear looked a little bit off. It requires a lot of experiments and trains, but Ixu wasn't able to show the biggest strengths of Volibear with his ability. And here Ixu got ganked and he kind of bite the dust here. Well, there was nothing really special about this play itself, but the fact that Volibear was the key part to complete the Sorean Prince comp, that actually was so crucial or critical for them because Sorean Prince, their master plan got denied. So with that pushing wave, Wallace and Ixu maybe could have dodged one gank attempt, and with this loss for the top side, Sorean Prince, they weren't able to start off their snowball. In addition to that, Soreon also just let their mid lane tier 1 turrets so easily because watch here, Volibear was looking for an engage, so he was going forward using all of his skills. So J4 and LeBlanc, they also rotated to the top side, but Ixu already used his ult, so there was no other option for them to kind of engage onto Aatrox. Maybe it was the communication issue, so the players, Mickey and also Ixu, they were looking to be on the same page. So Dynamics, they were so easy to just pop off their Herald and push the tier 1 on the mid lane. Well, we can also phrase this that Dynamics, the player was doing a great job to avoid that gank, so the rest of the group could push the tier 1 turret on the mid side. It is also important to kind of shut down their main champions from a rookie player because we know that he has such a great confidence on this pick, but at the same time, if you ban it out, well, you are putting him a lot more pressure to kind of try a lot new champions as a new player on a new environment. So maybe a lot of teams should still consider banning out Aatrox from Reach. Then let's check out who the POG of this game number 1 will be. Rich, once again, on his favorite champion. And everyone knows that he's such a great Aatrox player, but still, we could hear a lot of players sort of trash talk saying that, I mean, everyone can play Aatrox, every top laner in LCK, they're great Aatrox players, but, you know, that kind of mental advantage that Rich gets with picking his favorite champion is also substantial. So even though a lot of LCK teams know how to play into this champion, maybe it's time for them to consider the amount of other factors that affect the result of this game. It is definitely the time for the teams to bend it away from Rich. His Aatrox is really on point. So by winning 7 votes out of 12, Dynamics got their first win of the day.